Geo? Your connection to the elements is so different from the vision bearers. If so, then you just need to make an offering to a statue. We're now in Liyue, which is ruled over by the Geo Arc. If you ever miss using your animal powers, you... If you want to find the Geo Archon, this is the only chance you'll guess. It's a good thing Venti brought it up earlier. Otherwise, we definitely would have missed this. Well, Venti brought up the time, but look, we're already in... Oh, right. Did you know? The more of that... But it's seen as impolite for people from outside Liyue to refer to the Geo Archon by that name. So we should refer to the Geo Archon by the name... Rite of Dissension. Oh, once a year, Rex Lapis bestows a... Last year it was the Yuheng of the Liyue Qixing that was given the honor of asking for the divine prediction. Ooh, Paimon knows this one! Mondstadt is to freedom as Liyue is to contracts. Liyue has the Liyue Qixing, the 7 leaders of the 7 enterprises of Liyue, hold true control over Liyue. That's what foreigners always, but true control over Liyue will all... The Qixing is comprised of mere mortals. Rex Lapis is a god. Mondstadt's god is nowhere to be seen, whilst our god is forever with us. Stay in Liyue long enough and you'll... Given that you just left your god...
Oh, are you also foreigners here for the Rite of Dissension? To think I've lived in Liyue all these years and never come to see them. I guess it's like they say. I wish you well on your travels, Liyue.
You two wish to bear witness to the Rite of Descent. As a businessman myself, the 17 predictions get... What's more, she wants the rocks...
Wow, that's some super professional...
To be on the pulse of the predictions, and among the 7, Rex Lapis is the oldest deity. His keen sense of strategy is well... Understanding the predictions as soon as...
Fortune? So where can we see this Rite of Dissension anyway?
You're not at all close. So better to head to UG. It's the highest place in the harbor.
Be mindful of your personal safety.
Paimon heard that the best time to make a wish is today, during the Rite of Dissension. Wanna give it a try?
Your first time in Liyue? Actually, look, that's Miss Ningguang of the Liyue Qixing. Only those who have control in Liyue can preside over the Rite of Dissension. Oh yeah, not sure if you knew, but most of the Adepti appear in the form of... I heard that when attending these kinds of formal occasions, Rex Lapis himself appears as a celestial cross between two of Liyue's ancient mythical creatures. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt your wish.
Oh, you also want a little Adepti luck too? Seems you know a lot. Making a wish during this time is sure to get you the... I've already made my wish, so you...
Great! Thanks! Great! Now that we're all done with the wishing, guess we can just wait here for things to get started. Who knows how long that mist thing will... Whoa, look at all the people! We gotta get up front. We can't see squat back here.
The hour is upon us. Hey. Hey. Rex Lapis has been killed. Seal the exits.
What? What's going on? Did she just say Rex Lapis is... The Geo-Archon is... Oh no! The Millilith! Looks like they're nabbing suspects who got too close. Paimon's freaking out! The killer is amongst us! Wait. We got close. Wait, where are you going? Oh no! There's a whole bunch of soldiers out there too! Your identity! You may not be the killer, but we can't let them get you! But can we even get out of here safely?
They're here! Arrest them! There's nowhere to run!
Hey, buddy. Hold still. Come with me.
You have no idea just how tiring floating around... Wait. Just who are you exactly?
Call me Child.
Child? What, so we're supposed to dote on you?
No, not at all. It's in Mondstadt. I don't suppose you came across...
Senora? Child? You're Fatui, one of the Harbingers!
Oh, no. Don't worry. I'm not looking for a fight. Senora gave you quite the bad impression, huh? Pfft, that woman. Can't say I'm a fan either. Right. Let's forget all about her, shall we? I'm here to help you. Come now. Don't be like that. I'm not a bad guy. Oh, okay, perhaps I'm kind of a bad guy, but I'm not here to give you any trouble. Would it be too much to ask for you to keep the sword sheathed? I thank you for your knightly nobility. I heard of your deeds in Mondstadt, so I couldn't help but notice you during the proceedings back, and because I had my eye on you the whole time, I know it wasn't you. But, regrettably, given I'm a Fatui envoy from Snezhnaya, there's no way I'd be trusted after something of this magnitude. The ruling Qixing of Liyue has always been overly suspicious of us.
Well, can you honestly blame them?
Guess I shouldn't try to deny that. Okay, sure. Maintaining a distance between strangers is probably a good idea. Either way, I'm already used to it at this stage. But right now, if you want to clear yourselves of any suspicion, you need to get yourselves to Northland. Staying here isn't an option. As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Northland Bank.
Correct. This bank was opened here in Liyue by Snezhnaya, though everyone knows Liyue is the most enterprising and
Yeah, well, poorer nations don't seem the type to have diplomats that come around acting the way yours do.
Here, let me give you this.
This is a...
I'm not sure exactly. Sometimes all money can buy is things, and not a name for oneself. All I know is that it's a sigil. A sigil to keep the mighty and illuminated Adepti from bringing harm to you.
Adepti?
If you head north from the harbor, then west from Guili Plains, you will eventually reach a stone forest known as Jueyun Karst. The people of Liyue believe it to be the abode of the Adepti. Legend or not, they believe it. As such, offerings to the Adepti are made at its borders. But I have no need for believing. Not when I know for a fact that the Adepti truly...
Hate to admit it, but your Fatui intel seems alright. But why would we...
Oh, my little friend. There are plenty of reasons mortals seek the blessings of Adepti. Money, health, love. But you...
Justice?
The Qixing will already have dispatched the Millilith. They'll be seeking out the... But how could a mere mortal kill a god that can sweep aside entire armies? Rex Lapis never gave up his power as a god. This level of crude response is beyond what is called for. How suspicious. Or to hide something else. Hard to say. Even now, the Northland Bank wouldn't be able to hold the Millilith off for long. But the Adepti can clear you of any wrongdoing. Liyue was founded by the Geo-Archon and the Adepti. Of course, it was look for them, and be faster than the Qixing's messengers, so you may give your version of events first. If there is anyone that can help you in Liyue now, it can only be the mighty and illuminated Adepti.
And who might we be? Those that dare enter Liyue Karst. A sigil of permission. Many a season has passed since one was He before you is the mighty and illuminated Adeptus, Moon Carver.
Actually,
It's the assassin! They dared to flee here to Liyue Karst.
Sir, we've already stepped too far into Liyue Karst ourselves.
There's no choice. Apprehending the assassin.
Disturbing our borders. See them gone. One will not have.
To arms!
Oh, so
Attack!
sorry. Freeze!
let it rain.
Retreat!
You're in for a little shock.
Take the target alive! With the wind! Tactical! Retreat! Attack!
Disappear!
To arms! Take the target alive!
Windblade!
Bested!
Well,
Preposterous. Preposterous! The Liyue Qixing. How could someone possibly assassinate Rex Lapis during the rite of dissension, and then place suspicion upon the attendees? Traveler, of the unjust accusations placed upon you, the mind knows its answer. Though one must consult with one's fellows, go, take your sigil of permission. Carry with you a message. Mountain Shaper and Cloud Retainer can be found here. Only fate will decide if you... There exists a conqueror of demons, a guardian Yaksha. Go to Wangshu Inn. There you shall seek him.
Inn. Compared to Liyue Karst, this place seems basic. Are we really gonna find an Adeptus here? Let's... Oh? He's not here?
To the blind, everything may not be as it appears.
Howdy.
A sigil of permission? You came prepared. Though this only prevents me from hurting you myself, doesn't stop you from getting hurt in other ways. Too much contact with our world is breaking the rules. Mortal souls are not as robust as those of Adepti, nor can your blood carry this level of adeptal energy. It's for your own good. Leave. Now.
Wait a sec! We came here to... Paimon's peeved! Paimon wants to give him an ugly nickname. But if you tick off an Adeptus, the only thing you'll probably ever find in treasure chests is cabbages. Guess we should go ask the boss lady of the inn about just how she manages to talk to Adepti.
Oh, you've already met Xiao. Not bad. Not often he's in a good enough mood to agree to see people.
That's his good mood?
Oh yes, the Adepti are very hard to come by. Many people go there. When the Geo Archon built Liyue, he borrowed power from the Adepti, but most of them only know how to protect Liyue by fighting. So for many millennia, it has instead been humans who have led Liyue.
You really know a lot, huh?
It's not, boss lady, it's just... Anyway, seeing as you have the favor of the Adepti, things should be a lot easier. Well, if you want to know my opinion...
Good mood? Can't really imagine what a good mood looks.
Will be interesting, won't it? Come to think of it, I've never seen him smile either. How about this? You go see the chef for a bowl of almond tofu and a plate of what... Almond tofu is one of the few human foods Xiao likes. Yep.
Up to us, eh? What do you think you're the best at cooking? Really hard to screw that one up, right?
Can't you see I'm on a break, kid? Scram! Scram!
Whoa, this chef guy's service is about as good as that.
I see. If it's for the boss, then... But my heart's not really in it right now. Not enough to make a dessert as painstaking.
And why is that?
A fencer's hand must be steady. So too must... But my hands... Because, a traveler once told me that this inn... And then just now, in the kitchen, I saw something. Something not right.
This chef looks so intimidating, but speak of ghosts...
I keep thinking, even Wangshu Inn isn't safe.
All right, in the name of high quality doesn't seem to be...
What? You saw... How could I...
Okay, so he's useless. Forget it, let's just go see...
Scared of something so insignificant.
You don't seem that afraid of ghosts, boss lady.
Gods and ghosts. I've seen it all.
Come to think of it, others don't seem to know there's an Adeptus here at the inn except for the boss lady.
Shh! Say any more and you'll be divulging my little secret. Right. Best you two be off. Go see to it that little ghost doesn't go scaring anybody else. Not that I'm ordering you around. It's like the Adeptus said. Mortal souls are not as robust as those, so as not to be harmed when dealing with the Adepti, you can start by practicing with that ghost. There is a calligraphy painting in the inn known as the Witness Sigil. It's been in circulation for over 1,000 years. Go take a look at it. Once you have, look for a place outside where you can see the exact same Witness Sigil formation.
If it's as the boss lady said, she won't disappear like last time. She doesn't know when to give up! This old decrepit ruin guard? Surely it's not possessed? No one escapes my sight!
Surrendering will be gentle.
Wind blade!
I'll race you there!
Dodge this!
Silly churl, Billy churl. Silly Billy, Hilly churl. Haunting things isn't nice. Chilly churl, frilly churl. Now listen here, young. Oh, okay. Dusky Ming won't tease the next time, you can come play with Dusky Ming. If you don't come and play...
What? You really? Wow, I am in your debt. Please, wait a moment. Haha, my hands are steadier than ever now that she's gone.
You two.
Wait! Don't go disappearing again!
What's this?
It's your favorite almond tofu, as well as this distant traveler's best dish. Quick, tell him everything before he finishes eating.
Rex Lapis. How could this be? I can't imagine it. Though times have changed, I've never imagined a Liyue without him. The ruling Qixing. Just what role have they played? I will seek Mooncarver, Mountain Shaper, and Cloud Retainer. It is time they too made their decisions. Adepti do not turn on their responsibilities. I have my reasons to not want to be tainted by the mortal realm, but our god is the god of contracts after all.
Wait! Paimon still has one... That... Dusky Ming... She's...
When conquering demons, on occasion, you can come across spirits who have never hurt anyone, yet are also not yet able to be moved. So I asked the innkeeper and the boss if they could keep her here for a time.
So really? Wang Shuin was looking after...
Have mercy, O mighty Adeptus. I beg you. show mercy upon me and my brother. Who are you? What's going on?
We asked you first.
Oh. You enjoy safe pass? You must be Adepti messengers.
What is he talking about?
Oh, have mercy, mighty messengers of the illuminated Adepti. I beg you to save us. It was stupid of us. But we followed the path up the mountain, but suddenly, I ran away and made it this far before it dawned on me. We were trespassed. I had no idea how to rescue my brother, so I just started praying for the Adepti to have
What? We're not Adepti messengers.
No, you must be messengers. You have to be. I have no idea which amber trapped him. Please, you have. Thank you. Thank you. Almighty messengers of the Illumin.
Paimon was gonna ask him about where to find the Adeptus, but he seems pretty one-track mind about rescuing his brother right now. So, he said that Li Deng got trapped in amber somewhere on Mount Hulao, and that you were following the path the whole way up.
What happened? Oh, and have you seen my brother? His name... I just hope he didn't get trapped in amber too. Phew. So he's... Oh, thank you. Here's hoping I don't run into anyone.
So let's follow the path down from here and make sure to be on the lookout for amber on the way.
Thank you for rescuing my brother. Oh, what? No. I mean, regular folks like us would never. Unlike you guys. Anyway, we have trespassed in the realm of the Adeptus for long enough. We should get going.
Yes.
Boy, it'd be super helpful because it seems like this Adeptus has got but it's not like we've done anything wrong, so...
Who dares trespass on my mountain? Who? Foolish mortal, come forth and receive your punishment. You intrude upon the sanctity of Mount Hulao. You destroy the thieves' ignorance was an affront to the Adepti. But your actions are an abomination of the—
Wait! We can explain!
Mooncarver trusted a mere mortal as his— Is this a sigil of permission? In the beginning, Rex Lapis cast them for the mortals with his own hand. Few were made then, and thousands of years on, fewer still remain. Speak. One shall listen to the matter. You would be wise to speak the truth. For Liyue is not so far from here that one would be easily Rex Lapis. At the rite of dissension? What mortal in Liyue, nay, in all the world, would conspire to commit such foul treason? Or perhaps the more pertinent question is, Rex Lapis charged the Adepti with the protection of Liyue, and we have always honored this duty. As the people have prospered, so have we gradually withdrawn into the mountains. Indeed, this was a gesture of goodwill, but now, alas, traveler, of the matter you have relayed, one has become aware. Once one has dealt with certain matters here that require my—
Paimon can! Adepti always have magical powers, like how grass is actually Adepti hair, and rivers are actually Adepti saliva. There must be something similar.
Your nonsense knows no bounds. This amber is produced by a flower that one has planted. The majority of the plant is hidden underground. When stepped on, it produces amber to trap. After taking up residence here, one planted many karst crawlers to ensure that the tranquility of the mountain.
Oh, so the amber?
Correct. Thus, one may not leave this place in its current state. For fear of one will depart as soon as one has attended to this matter.
Here. Oh, they even have the guests' names carved into the seats. Here sits Retainer. Here sits Guizhong. Here sits Rex. Maybe Rex is short for Rex Lapis. As for Retainer... That's it! When Mooncarver was going through the names of his... So this must be where Cloud Retainer and the other Adepti have their dinner parties. How about we cook up some extra special dishes for the Adepti? But what do Adepti even eat anyway? Paimon has no idea. People must make offerings here. Do you think maybe it's at a...
I'll race you there!
It's very clean here. Paimon bets they were make looks like we got us. And what do you know? The rest...
These will come in handy!
Someone has definitely cooked here before. Looks like they didn't use all the ingredients. Hey, look over there! Yup, it's a doozy.
Freeze! Come a little closer. What do you think he...
Whoa, the ground... Seems there's meat. Do you think whoever... Paimon... Huh? Our messy chef dropped a piece of paper, but footprint aside...
What's the hurry?
One senses the presence of a sigil of permission. One knows not why you have come, though the sincerity of your offering is clear. Hence, you shall be granted an opportunity. Find your way through mine abode, and you shall receive an audience with the Adeptus whom you seek.
Disappear!
Hit!
I'll race you there! Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Windblade!
Look! That platform is moving! So that's what this button is for!
Let it rain!
Dodge this! With the wind!
There's no way for you to get up there. Where's a wind current when you need one?
Windblade!
race you there!
One is most impressed. The path that leads through this abode defies those of ordinary abilities. The one before you is the Adeptus Cloud Retainer. Now speak of the matter which brings you here. You surmise correctly. In fact, even Gui Zhang and Rex Lapis themselves found one's technological accomplishments to be worthy of commendation.
This place is huge, and there are so many. What's it even for? Did you build it as your private? It's just like the stories say. The Adepti leave the.
One is simply not partial to the tedium of social interaction, and we find it one did. Shortly after. But enough. State the matter which brings you here. Rex Lapis. Assassinated? How can this be? Such a heinous crime! Who would dare? The notion is so preposterous as to be unbelievable. Perhaps one shall quash Liyue first, then convene with the other Adepta.
Wait, what? Did you just say squash Liyue Harbor?
Only a response of sufficient magnitude can negate the possibility of further incidents. It is as you say. But if Rex Lapis has indeed been murdered, then it is precisely because one does not wish to see further suffering.
Yikes! Quick, you gotta think of something. She wants to squash Liyue flat! And it doesn't seem like she's bluffing. Exactly what Paimon was gonna say. We made all that delicious food and gave every last bit of it to you. We were hoping you might help Liyue out. Or at least let's...
Contract? A cruel irony that you should appeal to the notion. The people of Liyue seem quite content. Nevertheless, since you come here in the name of contract, least of all when you come bearing a sigil of permission, Rex Lapis infused. Most of the sigil's power has long since worn off. This keepsake cannot be taken as proof of your trustworthiness. One must investigate this, no doubt, is Mooncarver's very reason for summoning us. Your audience with the Adeptus before you is now concluded. Leave at once, and...
You finally returned. How was... I see. Huh. Moon Carver, Mountain Shaper. Some of these names have never come up in the intel the Fatui gets hold. As a returning gift, I too have information regarding the Archon's passing. The Liyue Qixing's they've announced that, as the true killer has not yet been found, they've even gone so far as to try and cut off information.
Exuvia?
It's common knowledge in Liyue that Rex Lapis is also an Adepta. The Geo Archon is also the god of contracts, and is also known as the Exuvia. The mighty and illuminated Adepti of today all signed contracts to...
Guess that explains why they're all so focused on Liyue as well.
Naturally, they both have the responsibility. If the ruling Qixing became unable to perform their duty properly, the Geo Archon's spirit has risen. So why would the Qixing hide his vessel? Truly suspicious.
Oh, right! He's the whole reason If the Liyue Qixing has locked up Exuvia and won't, then our quest to find the Seven is already over.
Oh? You're trying to find the Seven? And just why might that be, pray tell? Nice answer. A knight that gets duped by the Fatui would really be no knight at all now, would they? But I can help you with that.
Really?
Give me some time. Time to find someone who can help you break through this stalemate. Truly fascinating. The harder they try to silence... If you want to be around to see it all come crashing down, best you stay alive until we next meet.
Liyue cuisine will surely prevail in this year's...
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui. You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid but back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has
What agreement? Oh,
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the heart...
Where...
Child is currently at Liyue Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this. There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for the flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Liyue Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope, so don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
No. If I take the loan...
Aha, as promised, I've found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liyue of it.
He certainly is. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed, and we the Fatui have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows.
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wang Sheng some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on...
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first,
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo-Archon's last rites?
Oh? In our line of work, this means that you want to silence me. How interesting. Draw your sword, we shall... Just kidding. Let's continue, shall we? The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we...
Alright, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks, and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime. My chopsticks. True.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? I see. So you're that sort of person. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants...
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply.
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some...
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck? It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you...
Betting? No, we're here for...
Noctilucous Jade of Radiant...
Radiant Grade Noctilucous Jade? I see. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name.
These 3 pieces, but how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh?
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! Hey! If we only need 1 for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by... All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich look? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, evaluating the quality of Noctilucous Jade is indeed very tricky. Only after the item made using Noctilucous Jade has taken shape, if you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your craft...
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated!
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous Jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just said that we're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? Not buying? Come now, Mike. How about this? I can take a small sample of all...
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it...
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with if I'd taken off even a...
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the...
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach.
What sort of condition?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reach...
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were...
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must...
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. Oh, Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the Dada Upa Gorge in the camp of the Hilly. Now, let's pack those samples up and make...
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
That's the pot! It looks like the Hilly Trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line!
Let's spark things up.
Cool it!
There's still soup in here! These Hilly Trolls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. We're ready to go! Paimon will help remember which... Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter, and Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is, so... Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous jade! Hilly Trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after. That light came from the second Noctilucous jade, didn't it? My Hilly Trolls! They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food!
Dodge this!
this jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
You're back, my friends!
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need
I suppose it...
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much... Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, it is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, all things must pass. Well...
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment.
In the safe hands of the Liyue and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it...
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. As I thought. I did...
Any what?
Mora. My apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single Mora.
I will do my best. You have my thanks. We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into... Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of part?
Yes. I have already rented this location and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liyue have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime? Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Cart, also the, Rex Lapis vessel...
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the Mora that...
Wow! Oh, no! Paimon wasn't
thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not in Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns. Only contracts may not be betrayed. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers?
Silk flowers?
Which kind?
Ugh, you ignorant shopper.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning.
My goodness, this gentleman, you two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please peruse.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions. Just look at the abundant foliage. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Silk flowers have all but disappeared.
Wow! A true connoisseur.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based, but this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, but this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor Now that's settled.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that?
Yes, in a...
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard it would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about... Since these flowers will be used...
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if he hadn't written those poems and...
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances and
Thank you, boss.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money!
Please, it's the least I could...
So, now that we've got the flowers...
Ideally with the help of an expert.
Talk about first world...
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city.
So this time we get to go around...
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan! She's master of the Liyue branch, right? Lan, we need to ask you for a
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. I'm just going to assume that you're either joking or being sarcastic. To be fair, I put a lot of effort into my appearance for someone who spends all their time in the great outdoors.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing, so come on.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is. Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for what?
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume—
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lan. See you around.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Sorry, you caught me off guard. I think we need more time to get to know each other.
We just wanted to know what perfume you normally use.
Oh, well, I don't actually use any. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks.
That's the worst thing, Paimon.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade—
Yingar? Oh, as in scent of spring?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently her homemade—
Great! This is just the intel—
Well, hello. You found me at last.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like—
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't— Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that—
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant. So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume? Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making somewhere closer to home will do.
Try something new at
I've had a word with Chef Mao. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously. While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Wow. Liyue's really got a lot going for her.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract— Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold— You need to keep your wrist firm Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent. Ooh, you're a natural. Now take these and try. Don't forget to do all three. Wow, this is some exquisite. The essence is placed into water. You must take care to control the heat, so please focus on control. Don't waste a drop of that essence. All three perfumes are ready, and a testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the...
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. The second one is for those with more refined tastes. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin. Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with any. I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime. Okay.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while. We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhong. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept...
Well, how can a person compete?
That is true. Well...
3 sets, and not 1...
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a... This is the second kind. It's... The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon. Let's hope the cheesy...
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our...
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
I have certain reasons why...
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive?
All things must change. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that...
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lips, if they heard beautiful sounds but if they heard too much wild gossip or slander.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are... Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Qixing made it all up. And still others think that this harbor is like a mountain of dried... Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. That old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but an old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when. These old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
All right, children, there is no need to worry.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Yuji.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot?
How does that work? What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there. And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is... Aren't you youngster? But be careful. If you were to get dirt on your beautiful clothes, it would take some work.
Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Come a little closer. You're in for a little...
Get him! You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, Do you think this old granny could also be an Adeptus? I'm more and more convinced that she's an Adeptus. Like, don't they all live in Jueyun Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Hey! I'll race you there!
Windblade!
Not so!
You've been a naughty boy.
Let it rain!
Come a little closer.
Hit!
Dodge this!
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Oh, so sorry.
Get him!
With the wind!
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An Adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long... As to whether I am one or not, child.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean. But is also... Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless Adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is... Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine is finally... So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. An Adeptus.
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and...
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should...
Oh, sure.
Get ready for the...
Ah, sir, you're here.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of...
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Feud. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well. But he likes...
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this I have made kites and...
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the... As for the kite that honors the Drio...
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro-Archon. These markings of tree and leaf, justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo-Archon once... Yes, these details are masterfully done.
The compliment...
Well then, Granny Shen, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No way. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, he knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty, or perhaps you could say that he cannot...
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, the rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know... Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Oh, help? So what's the job?
Let me see.
No problem. That'll be
done.
Oh. You're a straight shooter, huh?
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace.
Whoa, that's expensive. Could
Hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
This price'll do. No loss to me for a day's work.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say for...
Adventure. Venturing in...
That's not hard. Almost a bit too...
A most fair price.
This is all you've got? Then no can do. Child? No. How about this? Let's make a trade. Get me a piece of iron ore. I'll take that as payment to go see the...
Guess we've got no choice.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Have you brought the... this is good ore. This'll work. Once I've finished, I will go...
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give...
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. The finest is... Everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
It tastes gross.
Huh. The reception is just... Hello?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go... Oh, there you are! But you can't even reach the counter! Joke's on you! Paimon floats, so height is no restriction! Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. It can't be.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine. But only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription.
I'm afraid that she's probably right. It's to do with her orders. Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to her. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us.
Okay then. How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
I don't believe so. The Guizhong Ballista, at least, I have heard of before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external...
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the cocoa goat is a legendary animal. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista.
What the heck is a cocoa goat? It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took... But how do you operate this thing?
It is currently...
Aw, what?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, you...
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts, as I recall. There is a military supply post from that period somewhere in... If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista.
So, what you're saying is...
I have a smattering of knowledge. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker.
Where is that supply post? Here, post... Bunny!
Another target tracked down by Outrider.
Spin blade! Yeah!
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more
Ooh! Now how do
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have nothing. And over there...
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question.
Ha! Are you blind or something? This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our back. The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces.
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an... It is not we who need reprimand.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Windblade, freeze!
No one escapes my sights! I'll race you there!
You're open! Disappear!
Cool it!
You're in for a little shock.
Should replace my hammer.
Hit!
Direct assault!
Dodge this!
Another test subject.
You're in for a little shock.
I got careless.
This one will be frozen in time.
That tingle? Have a little taste.
Win! Windblade, freeze!
Hit! Hit!
Want to take my hammer?
No escape! Bet you can't keep up with me!
Surrender and be gentle.
You're open!
Yep.
Cool it! Dodge this! Should replace my hammer.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Windblade!
These lowlifes didn't know...
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong...
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means... Paimon wouldn't go that far.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Explain that we could not find a cocoa goat.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Forgive us. we were unable to fulfill our end.
What a disappointment.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. Here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and...
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
Oh. Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then?
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around.
What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi.
Ah! The snake is speaking!
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing...
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three...
Do you sell everlasting incense in the...
Everlasting incense?
Whew, at last. Things are finally...
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
You might as well just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Qixing have taken it over for now.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself. Though practically speaking,
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more.
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go...
Cocoa goat! Cocoa goat! My sides.
Hey, less laughter.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk,
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward...
That's like 0 difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also, well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
that lot is an absolute riot. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
This is good. There will be coconut milk from now on.
What an odd exchange we've had. Well, I look forward to your patronage in the future as well.
That sound is the laughter of a man who's found new people to fleece. Consider yourselves warned.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting insight.
Whew, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far? Odd. Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it to treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. Tonight I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool rest?
Indeed. Let us meet me. Ah, you're here. There's no need to. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice. I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the
Hey! There's even a storyteller here!
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other...
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Merely grasping one or two of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom.
Tianchuan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Dissension. Huh. Paimon wonder—
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millelith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yue High Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you. Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy, but I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
To our success.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just— What, we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Made another handsome son today.
Let me tell you how it is.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be...
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. Yes, this must be the way.
Windblade!
Huh? It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go. Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu... Alright, let's follow your plan. Oh, Look down there! Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea! Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? Oh, right. This method does seem a bit unsafe. Oh, that's right! Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can No. Wait. Maybe she pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us. Now Paimon's mad.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come.
You've been a naughty boy.
Who goes there?
Let it rain!
Cool it!
Take the target alive! Bested!
Windblade! Disappear!
To arms! Attack!
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry.
Let's spark things up a little. Come a little closer.
Tactical retreat!
Take the target alive! Beaten.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appear.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We're invited guests, here to look for the Liyue Qixing.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh!
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
Wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, it was fixed in a single night. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite...
That was... Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious...
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate it. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it.
Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti, how surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth.
Another super...
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts of
favor? But... Wait, that's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture! We need to get one!
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourself. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Well then, may we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person. So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her? Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar frosted. Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom shakalaka, of course. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches. Look at that slime! It looks crystal clear! And very delicious! That's the one!
You've been a naughty boy.
No escape!
Windblade! Free!
Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from... Uh-oh. It looks like the trick...
There's no end to this. This moment will be frozen in time.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz. Surrender and we'll be gentle.
Cool it! You're open! Freeze! Windblade!
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have run.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once, or...
I understand. Don't worry. I will come. Don't say that. I only escaped. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Wait a moment. Actually...
Oh? And what might...
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require.
Great! Paimon sugar-frosted slime now comes in...
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Hey there! A guy called Mung Dan told...
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you both. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140...
Yep. It's... Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one?
Sure. Please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, it's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these two for...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's... According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of...
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Jueyun Karst.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It's...
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spent... At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, one day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yeah.
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take... Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete, so please, this way.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first.
Ooh! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone—
That's because that wall records Liyue's secrets. Merchants have but the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been— I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say, one of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy just imagine. How much more? Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most— La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission, something, something. Aw, that doesn't sound like This piece of paper shows that it— Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to research on the Sigil of Permission. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, you really think so? Well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see—
Cool it! Ah! Ah!
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Closer. Blitz.
All of this. Cut this through.
You're in for a little shock.
Windblade! Dodge this!
This should be fun.
Freeze!
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper too. Paimon's seen this. Oh, Paimon knows. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of some... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine power, maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep... Alright, that's enough sticking with the last stop on our rite of parting preparation. Let's go! Paimon...
Right on time. I myself... Did you enjoy your visit to the
It was so big and pretty.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng...
Oh. So you also met with Kuch?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing...
No risk. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Kuching, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tien...
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Diyue Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies. Well, why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is...
No. Those lilies have all been gardened. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't...
We'll only know once he starts...
Cool it!
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Let it rain!
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen.
Come a little closer. Blitz.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value.
Well, that's nice and all, but well...
Unfortunately, no.
That's so late. Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was your...
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely...
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a... She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the...
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block...
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes, now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas this means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached...
Huh? Did you just say...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my vein. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
We dare not.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too?
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the... Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is... So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go...
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he... Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We must...
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui...
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this? The golden house? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was This is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. But even if we can't take any, we can, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora. It's like, oh, right, it's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells quick. We have to go make sure that the Exuvia...
Windblade!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. Either way, we now come to my favorite part, the battle.
Battle? So you're the type...
You could say... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come... When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her... But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. You've made some progress. Guess I should
disappear.
Take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. All you do is run. Cool it.
Go
Gotcha.
for it, Baron Buddy!
I'll crush you.
I'll race you there!
Freeze! Raging tide!
You'll pay for that!
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
You're in for a little shock.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Dodge this! Don't push your luck! Freeze!
My. You're in for a little shock.
No one escapes my sight!
With the wind! Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in
I'll never surrender!
Windblade! Freeze!
You're in for a little shock.
Cool it!
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must— In fact, it might be that the Exuvia—
What? So you mean that—
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the— As such, we must now look to our—
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away and the truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with— Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War. And who, if such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and—
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in this...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our...
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to... Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin in Paimon's tongue.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for... Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Freeze! Cool it!
Blitz. No escape!
Freeze!
Some quiet.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
My work. Stay right.
Come a little closer.
Dodge this! Windblade!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
No one escapes my sight!
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
With the wind!
This is it.
Cool it!
You're in for a little shock.
This isn't good.
Dodge this!
With the blood of the Chilian, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Put your back into it. Cold cut blast.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Let it rain!
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Time to fight.
You're in for a little shock.
Windblade!
Let me amuse myself a little. Look at me.
Put your back into it!
Don't get frostbite.
No one escapes my sight!
Come a little closer. Try not to enjoy this too much.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the power. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice does.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city in each—
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until—
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid— although I am a mere mortal soldier, I
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the prediction.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite!
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti, although their blood is weak. There is still strength to be found in those we... The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Oh.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Parlor...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Gold... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could... We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Join the Adventurers Guild.
What should I put in my letter?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the... Oh, it seems that some of your friends...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more... So it might be best to keep things peaceful this...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since...
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the nose?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky!
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself,
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired would take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, the credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zappolyarny Palace and seek an
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Paimon can't absorb so much information at once. So Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo-Archon?
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of it.
You're so petty. Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, gods and adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they... Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that not... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the
3,700 years of contracts.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our deeds come up for their
Why you? Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you... If you were looking for someone, you could have just...
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite?
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before coming here, thinking you'd like it. But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1 stroke.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue, what shape shall our relationship...
Now that I think about it, if everyone's of the same mind, perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never... And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout.
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this... When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to... rehearse a little.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were... But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to... I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to...
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are...
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage, 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth. Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the... Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's come since Morax is dead? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire...
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operation.
This is terrible!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a... Well, I suppose we'll just...
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think... All right, then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well, then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.